Welcome friends to my kitchen. Bem-vindos à minha cozinha. It is baking day in this house. I am determined today to do as much bacon as I can for Christmas. A lot of my gifts that I give to my clients are things that I make, so I have been prepping and doing a lot of Christmas gifts for my customers, for my clients that I have. So anyway, I am going to do a gluten-free cookie. It's a white chocolate chips with cranberry. Perfect for the holiday. It's a beautiful cookie. It gives a beautiful presentation. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm also going to make a regular recipe with regular flour. It's the same ingredients. You just switch the flour and it'll be fine. So anyway, so let's get started. I have here 1 cup of butter. And if you have soft butter, use it. I didn't have it. I forgot to take my butter. What else is new? And then I melted in a microwave. I have half a cup brown sugar, half a cup white sugar, and we're gonna cream all this together. And you have to excuse my beater. One of them broke, so these two gonna have to get along. So anyway, so I make all my gifts for my, not gonna work. Only one. I make all my my gifts for my clients because I can control what I put in. Some of them have special needs, so this way I can control for them. So okay, so we're gonna cream these two. I'm gonna crack 1 egg. We need 1 egg in here. And we're gonna beat this egg. I'm gonna put my vanilla. And you wanna cream all this together. This particular recipe, I'm gonna make it, and then I'm gonna put it in balls, and then I'm gonna put it in the freezer, and then I'm gonna refrigerate it when it's time for me to bake, because I like to bake them close to the time I'm gonna give them, so they'll be fresh. So I have here 2 cups of gluten-free flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt. And we're gonna mix all this. Okay, and then we're gonna add the flour, and I'm gonna use my spatula. I'm gonna add all the flour with my spatula, and we want to combine all this. To the recipe, I'm adding macadamia nuts. The original recipe doesn't have it, but I love macadamia nuts, you know. Every year I buy a bag of macadamia nuts because it reminds me two of our neighbors in Azores. They used to, when we were kids, they used to invite us to their house for Christmas Eve. Let's see, I'm gonna put maybe about a half a cup of white chocolate chips. There's a cup in here. I'm going to put maybe about 3/4 of a cup of dry cranberries, and I'm going to mix this. But anyway, so these ladies, there were 2 single ladies. My dad worked for them, and they used to invite us to their house on Christmas Eve give a chance for my mom to go and do whatever she needed to do. You know, we put our shoe by the chimney, waiting for Santa Claus to come. So anyway, so we would go ahead with my dad and go to these ladies' house, which was right next door. And when we walked in there, we thought we were in heaven. The whole huge table had every nut you could think, every cookie, everything you could think. And we would sit around it on the chairs, and we would look at my mom or my dad to see if they would say, oh, grab a cookie. And we would look at them first, and if they give us the eyes yes, we went and grabbed something. If they didn't say nothing, we'd say no thank you. But anyway, this is where I was introduced to macadamia nuts. And I never forgot, it was a white little ball. I think they called them Brazilian nuts. I think that's what I remember them calling was Brazilian nuts. And so I love that nut. When I went, I would always grab that nut. So every holiday, I find myself drawn to getting some macadamia nuts. And I buy it because it's kind of nostalgic, because it kind of brings me back to that time. So anyway, so anytime I can incorporate some macadamia nuts, I'm in. I will do it. So anyway, so as you can see, my cookie dough is all mixed with the nuts and everything. I'm going to do a second batch, so I'm not going to get rid of it, everything, because I need some regular. And I'm going to use my ice cream scooper, put it in my hand, form into little balls, and I'm going to freeze these. Once they're totally frozen, I put them in a Ziploc bag, and then when I want to bake them, I take them out, and then I bake them. This will be something good if my son comes around, because he's gluten intolerant, so this will be perfect. And then I have a couple customers that are gluten free. So I'm going to roll these into a ball, and then I'm going to put them in a freezer, and I'm going to freeze this batch. But I'm going to make a regular batch, and I'll show you the final product. Here is my cookies. I'm going to put them in a freezer, and then when they're solid frozen, I put them in Ziploc bags. It is my cookies, friends. They're frozen, and now I'm going to put them in this Ziploc bag and keep them in the freezer. When I want them, I'll just take them and bake them. So do this Christmas.